Hi there, welcome to this week's edition of SOJ Iludu Television, a weekly broadcast by me every Wednesday where I share my thoughts on contemporary issues. This week, I am sharing on the topic, how to survive a financial crisis. How to survive a financial crisis. Now, this actually is coming from lessons I learned when I went through my first major financial crisis ever. That was in 2008, by the way. From my experience again, when I resigned from my banking job in 2006, I wasn't prepared for the financial crisis that soon followed. This was worsened by the global financial collapse of 2008.
It was one of the most profound events in generations with huge consequences when the financial crisis erupted, a crash that most experts did not foresee. Its effects and of the recession that followed on income, wealth, inequality, and our politics are still with us.
So this is where, in some sense, the crisis began.
Yeah, this was the place where people were stumbling out of offices on the 15th of September 2008, the world having ended.
The Midtown Manhattan headquarters of Lehman Brothers was the signal event of the 2008 financial crisis.
It started in real estate, and it started with subprime, and that's the story everyone knows. How does that crisis in the suburbs of America move all the way back to the center of finance in New York?
Okay, how does it?
Banks are fragile things. Classically, we think of them as funded by deposits, with households putting their savings into the bank, and then the householders begin to get panicked and take all their money out.
But, says economist and historian Adam Tooze, author of the new book Crashed,
banks like Lehman don't have deposits. What they do is borrow money from other banks, and that money runs faster than any depositor can run.
I was a general manager with responsibilities for corporate banking in the banking industry. My wife and I at that time owned 4 houses, all in Lagos, financed through a series of mortgages. We had 3 vehicles, also financed through lease finance. We traveled quite often. So it felt like I could afford anything I needed. Then I resigned to be part owner, manager of a startup HR outsourcing company. I had great dreams. I had a lot of drive, and I was very passionate about this new business. I found out soon after that passion just was not enough. As is common with most startup businesses, the reality of the market soon humbled me, as the customers weren't coming, at least not in any sufficient manner to pay our bills, not to talk of supposed to profit. This loss-making trend continued all of 2006 through 2007 and then into 2008 when the great global recession peaked. Needless to say, within the next 2 years, I lost all but one of the cars, 3 houses, as the financiers repossessed them after a series of police and legal harassment. Obviously, because I couldn't service the loans with my earnings that were severely impacted anyway. Now, while I have since been able to build back reasonably from those terrible moments, I'm still not back to my pre-2006 financial status, because I'm still servicing some of those loans I took at that time to either restructure or renegotiate the terrible bad decisions that I took at that time. All of my experience at that time and the lessons learned and how I got through that financial crisis have prepared me greatly for this current crisis that is occasioned by the COVID-19 pandemic. And if you follow me all through to the end, there's a strong likelihood that some of the steps I had to take that have helped prepare me better for this current crisis would also help you not only to survive the financial crisis, but to thrive through it. Come with me. The statistics out there are grim. Businesses continue to either close down or where open, they have had to lay off staff, and a combination of that plus large cut in salary. Unemployment is rising and reported to hit 45% by December 2020. I'm of the opinion it's already there. So here are the lessons I learned in the Great Recession of 2008 that may help you get through current worsening financial challenges or any financial crisis by that. One, it is okay to ask for help. I know how difficult it is to ask for financial support, especially when you are coming from a place where you were reasonably comfortable and you were able to meet those needs in the past, right? But please ask for help. Call the people to whom you owe money. Call your financiers. Call individuals, whether they're individuals and financial institutions. In my own case, in the 2008-2009 crisis, some outrightly wrote off some of my debts. Some wrote them off completely. And a few other people who could help me, because I raised my hands up and spoke up, actually helped me. But the reality is, yes, it's not an easy thing to do to ask for help in such situations, especially if you're coming from some comfortable place before then. But hey, what's all the pride about? Just ask for help. Ask for help. You'll be amazed. You would get some headway, right? Especially if you have been a good credit-worthy person before the crisis started. Now, secondly, don't be stuck with your previous salary, especially if you've lost a job and you have to be job hunting again. The jobs that may come your way won't, of course, you rose to that level in your previous jobs through several years of you proving yourself and your mettle had been tested in that organization. Now, in a time of crisis and a recession mode, right, almost everybody that needs to change jobs, almost all you need to be prepared for a cut in salary and benefits, because all you need to achieve at this time is to get back into the stream so that at least you can begin to earn again as it is. So please don't let your prior salary or levels be the only yardstick for the new job you're looking for, because at the time of a recession and a crisis, there are many people equally qualified and perhaps even more qualified than you that are also out there in the job market. And you know what? Most employers actually know that fact as well. So just first get the job and get yourself back in. 3, stop borrowing. Remember the law of the hole? Once you are in the hole, stop digging. Cut your expenses. Cook rather than eat out. Right. Move in with a relative temporarily to reduce overheads if you have to. Or go to a smaller apartment or neighborhood. Right? Put some money aside to help you through even as you begin to generate income again. Right? So that you can at least just scale through this period. The key is to know yourself and your spending habits. Right? 4, explore multiple sources of income. One source is just not good enough. No, not at all. Right? So use your skills, right, to look at the problems that are around you that you may have a solution for and come up with a product or a service that you can charge for. Right? And again, similar to you being open to practically almost any job and not just being stuck on a particular salary level when you're out of job in a financial crisis. Also, some of the solutions you may have may not be things you would ordinarily do. For example, if your previous job or your current job is a white-collar office type job, right? You may see opportunities in making hand sanitizers, becoming a manufacturer. You could see an opportunity in frying bean cakes, right? Or connecting a grocery seller to the end users, right? So it could be something that is not within your normal the day job prior to now. Remember, you're in a financial crisis and survivor is the first thing you need to try and deal with. 5, invest time and effort in your health. Yes, invest time and effort in your health. Medical costs can be very expensive, even more so at a time of financial crisis when you don't even have the resources to pay. So it's important that you eat well. You make out quality time to sleep. Make out quality time to rest, as it is. All to boost your immunity and rejuvenate. And you know what? It also has the added advantage that it prepares you better because it puts you in a sane, rational, and more rational state of being, that you're able to see the opportunities around you easier and quicker, And should someone also be engaging you for a business or an interview or what have you, you're not likely to look desperate and haggard in the process. So invest time and effort in your health. Then network. Networking is a key, fantastic skill we all should work to develop. And this is how to build a powerful network for yourself. And this is critical in a time of financial crisis. Make friends, not connections. Make friends, not connections. At the end of the day, I would rather work with someone I genuinely connect with over working with someone who basically treats me like a vendor or someone they just want to get something out of. And I'm sure so would everybody else. Right. Now, when you are building your network, look for situations that are going to allow you, right, to make friends, even if they are business friends, right? People do business with their friends and those that they like, right? Look for small things you can do to build friendships, right? This is key in building a network. Whatever you do, just keep the focus on making meaningful connections instead of throwing your business cards all over the place. That's a no-no in building a network. Then next, demonstrate a positive attitude every day you wake up. Be intentional in helping other people any way you can. Be selfless. Be selfless. This is key in helping you build that strength that you need to ride through a financial crisis. And last but not the least, now I've left this to the last, not because it's the least important, right? But it's actually the most significant advice I'll give in surviving through a financial crisis. And that is prayer. Yes, pray. Just cast all your burdens on God and He will take care of you. That's a fact. Cast your burdens onto God and He will take care of you. This has been my experience. If you follow these tips that I've shared, you won't just survive through this financial crisis or any crisis for that matter, right? You will thrive. Now, if you need help, if you need someone to hold your hand through the financial storm or whatever challenge or crisis you may be going through, someone to work with you through the specifics of your own financial crisis, you can schedule a coaching session with me. I'm a certified coach, a life and business coach, and I can help you. Now, it's going to cost you some money and some time, right? Like every good thing. But I assure you, it's an investment that will yield you great returns. And I offer money-back guarantees. So if you don't get value out of those coaching sessions with me to help you through your financial crisis or challenges in life or business, I'll return your money 100% back. And that's a promise. If you need my services, just contact me through the email you see scrolling on the screen, info@sojioyawoye.com. info@sojioyawoye.com. And if you'd rather chat, I prefer chats because I'm usually at a meeting or presentation or teaching rather than call. You can then chat me up, WhatsApp only, on +234 704 366 7607. +234 704 366 7607. I look forward to hearing from you so I can help you with that financial crisis or whatever challenges you may be going through at the moment, life or business. And if you don't need my services right now, or you don't think you need my services right now, just keep those details. info@sojioyawoye.com and telephone number +234 704 366 7607. Someday you or someone close to you will need those numbers, will need my services. Then you'll just pick it out and call me. Thank you very much for watching this teaching, and I look forward to sharing again on my weekly SOJ Ludo Television another topic next week. Until then, stay safe and have a good day. Bye-bye. Hi there.